Hello, welcome to the Q12. It's the 8th one of the year, is it, Steve?
Eighth one of the year.
Here in
This is my one. This is me. Well, I'm going to win. 8's my lucky number.
So we've got 6 people here today. So we're straight into round 2. This is the 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 round. You get it right on the hardest 6-point clue, you get 6 points. If you get it wrong on that clue, -6, and so on down to 1 point if you get the easiest clue. 12 questions in total in this round. Top 4 go through. Bottom 2 go out. Okay, we ready for question 1? All green lights?
Yeah.
So, 6 points. This group last performed together on the 28th of September 2003 at the Schottenstein Centre in Columbus, Ohio. For 5 points. In their first concerts, the groups were backed by the Maggio Musicale Fiorentino and the Teatro dell'Opera di Roma. For 4 points. Iconic venues used in their 34 concerts included the Royal Crescent, the New Camp, the Champ de Mars and the Forbidden City.
I'm going to go for the 3 tenors.
It is the 3 tenors for 4 points.
You wanted to go for 3 tenors as well, didn't you?
No, I want to go for 30 quid.
I want to go Fleetwood Mac at first, but I was thinking it's going to be Bill Clinton's inauguration, but 2003 put it too late, didn't it?
Right, we all good to go. Next, question number 2, 6 points. In 1996, this person played as the place kicker for the Scottish Claymores in NFL Europe and would win the world. Chris Payne?
Gavin Hastings.
Gavin Hastings is correct.
Oh!
6 points.
Yeah, I know.
Do you want to go for a game of balls?
Question number 3 for 6 points. The King of Bohemia, John the Blind, died at this battle. Simon.
Poitiers.
Is incorrect.
Oh!
That's gonna
5 points. It was one of the first battles in which the Ribbled-a-Quin, also known as the Infernal Machine, was used. An early volley gun which resembled the barrels of the pipe organ and could fire 12 shots at the same time. The battle is depicted in Ken Follett's novel World Without End and Bernard Cornwell's novel Harlequin. For 4 points, the battle crippled the French army's ability to come to the aid of Calais, which would fall to the English the next year and would remain in English hands for 211 years. For 3 points, the defeated French king Philip VI, the first king of the House of Valois, was wounded and only just managed to avoid capture. It is thought that only 200 English soldiers were killed compared to several thousand French troops. For 2 points, the battle heralded the rise of the use of the longbow, and a famous quote from the battle is from the English commander King Edward III, who said of his son Edward of Woodstock, the Black Prince, "Let the boy win his spurs." For 1 point, what is this early battle of the 100 Years' War, which preceded the battles of Poitiers? Kid? Cressy, yeah, for 1 point.
Wrong one.
You could have waited all that time.
Great question.
How many had a Cressy and Agincourt and just didn't know which way to go?
It's just all the time.
Right, number 4. For 6 points, whilst at university, this person was involved in a romantic relationship with Crown Princess Margarita of Romania. For 5 points, he had his first child aged 50, although sadly they were born prematurely and died a week later. He now has 2 other sons called John and Fraser who were born in his mid-50s. He is the writer of the 2010 book Beyond the Crash, which he explained that a financial crisis could only be overcome by coordinated global action. 4 points. In 1982, he gained a PhD in history from Edinburgh University. He had earlier, in 1972, graduated from the same university with a first-class honours in the same subject, and afterwards, from 72 to 75, served as director of the university until he was replaced by Magnus Magnusson. For 3 points, reduction of corporation tax from 33% to 28%, and the abolition of the 10p basic income tax rate were actions he carried out during his time as the Chancellor of the Exchequer. For 2 points, he is the longest serving Labour... Simon?
Gordon Brown.
It's Gordon Brown.
Yeah, we're almost pressed.
2 points.
It's a great round, this, isn't it? It just works.
Right, question 5.
It's great now, anyway.
Right, 6 points, question 5. The theme music for this TV series was composed by Ramin D. Djawadi. Kid?
Game of Thrones.
Is the correct answer.
Prison Break was also there, you know. I didn't know how difficult you were going to get. Why did I even press there?
Don't press again.
Get in.
The appropriately named Angus Wall directed the title sequence.
Oh, God, I was so close to saying Prison Break there.
Right, number 6 for 6 points. All these events happened in which year? The English playwright and poet laureate Thomas Shadwell died. For 5 points, Spanish forces led by Diego de Vargas retake the city of Santa Fe following the Pueblo revolt. For 4 points, Anglo-Dutch naval forces decisively win the Battle of La Hogue against the French Navy during the 9-Year War, putting an end to the French invasion plans and making them abandon their idea of naval superiority. For 3 points, an earthquake destroys the pirate city and capital of Jamaica, Port Royal. For 2 points, the forces of Robert Campbell slaughter 38 members of Clan MacDonald during the Glencoe Massacre. For 1 point, the Salem witch trials take place. Mike.
That's 1614.
Is incorrect. Not question finished. Is that one away still?
Yes,
yeah,
we'll
Still one
away.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark.
Sorry, mate.
1681.
It's incorrect. Simon.
1675.
That's incorrect. No one else taking a risk?
Don't need to.
Yeah.
What point? How many points is that?
Any ideas, Sam?
Yeah, I know.
Go on, Sam.
Oh, is it? 1696.
1692, yeah.
Oh.
He said 6. He said 1696.
He
said 92.
Oh, did you
say 92?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll let you off.
Right, question
Thanks so
number
much.
7 for 6 points. This activity is described in the ancient Indian epic, the Mahabharata, and it is thought that its practice spread throughout the world while Alexander the Great conquering parts of the Punjab in 326 BC.
Oh.
Simon.
Polo.
Is incorrect.
Oh,
Minus 6.
goodbye.
Minus 6.
You might as well come out with Kiss and Me for a game.
Oh, I haven't got enough space for you.
Yeah, so far, but yeah, you've got a hashtag now as your.
Hey, you've got the money.
Yeah.
You've got the money.
Right, 5 points. In 2005, James Belshaw and Sophia Severin set a world record when they did this activity for the longest ever time, setting a world record of 31. Michael?
Kissing?
Kissing, yeah.
That's what I got.
5 points. Serial game show contestant James
Yeah, I
Belshaw.
remember
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Run the scores. How many questions is that? 7.
That's 7, yeah.
Deacon 12, Bean 6, Michael 4, Rhodes
0.
0, Preston -1, Simon
Hashtag. Simon hashtag.
Off the scale.
How many questions are there?
5 more.
12.
Yeah,
Well, altogether.
5 to go. That's how he gets on TVs all the time. He tells people he got his world kissing record. For 6 points, number 8. This company was founded in 1964 and has its headquarters in Sant'Agata, Bolognese, in Italy. For 5 points, amongst the many things the company has manufactured include a large V12 marine engine block used in the World Offshore Powerboat Racing Series. In the 80s, they produced a limited run of 24 1,000cc motorbikes. For 3 points, between Simon.
Lamborghini.
Oh,
5
what
points.
goes for
5 points.
Lamborghini?
Yeah, 5 points. Yeah, yeah. I accidentally said 3. I flipped. I was going to flip the 3 and 4 clues around. So you back out the hashtag at the -6.
It's alright.
If Charlie's still doing quite well here. Charlie's qualified.
Well, Steve's 4th at the moment with 0. Right, number 9. This was discovered by French chemist Marcel Berthold in 1857 and was identified as a volatile component in gasoline in 1910 by Walter O. Snelling. For 5 points. After this is produced in North America, it is typically stored in massive salt caves such as Fort Saskatchewan and Mont Belvieu in Texas. These caves were hollowed out in the 1940s and can store up to 13 million cubic metres of this substance. When needed, it is shipped via pipelines around the continent, although it can also be possible to ship it via truck, ship and rail. For 4 points, it is the primary flammable gas used in blowtorches and for soldering, and is also the primary fuel used in modern hot air balloons. For 3 points, produced as a byproduct of a natural gas processing or petroleum refining.
Oh, sorry, I'll do it. Propane.
It's propane,
Well,
yeah. 3.
Preston,
Preston's
you're
qualification.
snipping away
He's
there.
in there. Right, question 10, 3 to go.
Nobody's safe apart from me. Well,
Right. For her role in this 1985 film, one of the actresses in it won the Razzie for Worst Supporting Actress, whilst the leading actor won the Razzie for Worst Actor and the director would win the Worst Director. For 5 points, the actor David Lloyd Austin would go on to play Mikhail Gorbachev in Naked Gun, and in this film he plays a Russian leader who closely resembles Gorbachev. During filming, Wyoming doubled as the frozen expanses of the Soviet Union. 4 points. A scene from this film inspired Ryan Lochte and Michael Phelps to train on a log cabin in preparation for the 2012 Olympics. For 3 points. This was the highest...
yeah, go for it.
Rocky 4.
Rocky 4. Give you a 4.
Yeah.
I hadn't started clue 3, so we'll give you a 4.
Absolutely. Get in there, Si.
Very undeserved Razzies, I think, there, because Rocky 4 is brilliant.
It's no worse than the others.
Better than Rocky 5.
Inspired
There's no
Brian,
such thing as Rocky 5.
Yeah, exactly.
inspired Brian Griffin in Family Guy as well.
Right, question 11. 2 to go. 6 points. This sports team...
Reset.
No, right, sorry, yeah. This sports team kit is officially described as being wine and gold coloured.
Wine or
Wine
and
as
gold.
in the drink. Wine and gold. For 5 points, the venue they play at was the venue for SummerSlam 96.
Oh, God.
And it's called the Quickens Lone Ranger, commonly known as the Q. For 4 points, past players who've had their numbers retired by this team include Zadrunas Iligakis, Nate Formand and Brad Doherty. Former player Lenny Wilkins was inducted into the Hall of Fame and coached the team between 86 and 93. For 2 points, not for 3 points, sorry. With a total of 69, Michael Jordan's record number of points in an NBA game were against this team. Their key current players include 2012 Rookie of the Year Kyrie Irving, Richard Jefferson and Kevin Love. For 2 points, they were formed in 1970 and only reached their first NBA final in 2000.
Golden State Warriors.
Is incorrect.
Oh,
-2.
-2. Yeah.
Thanks for bullying in.
Well, that makes it.
It's okay.
So they were formed in 1970 and only reached their first NBA final in 2007. However, they have played in the last 3 finals, losing 2 but winning 1. Which is the one in 2016 was their first championship. All 3 finals saw them play the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
For 1 point, they drafted their all-time leading point scorer in first place in the 2003 NBA draft. He would play for them until 2010 when he joined the Miami Heat. LeBron James would then rejoin the team in 2015. They have played in every NBA final since he rejoined them. Bean?
Houston?
Nope.
No.
Mike?
San Antonio Spurs.
No.
Oh,
You're -1, yeah.
Oh, you're at minus for that?
Yeah.
Oh, you get a free
He's on -1, isn't he? Still on the last question.
Oh, got it.
Last point.
Anything?
Golden State Orioles?
No.
No, we said that. Yeah.
Sam's got an answer?
Cleveland Cavaliers.
Cleveland Cavaliers. Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah, I can't.
Okay, with 1 question to
Last
go.
question. I'm safe.
Okay, so don't buzz.
Steve Kidd has 12, Chris Bean has 5, Mike Lees has 3. Last qualification place at the moment is between Preston and Rose, both on 0.
If Simon can do it still, though.
One will get it, one won't. So
Yeah, Sam can
still get it.
Shot, yeah. For last question, 6
Sam
points.
can get it easy.
Do we reset? Fully reset. This town features a Jaya Lai court, which was designed by Zegunda Zanyo and opened in 1963. It is considered by players of the game to be the world's finest court, and it is also the largest operational court in the world. For 5 points, a hill in the middle of this town has since the 14th century contained a series of large oak trees, the first of which stood for 450 years, where assemblies were held to discuss local matters. In 1839, Queen Isabella II became the last monarch of Spain to swear an oath to the charters under it. And during the Spanish Civil War, volunteers from Biscay formed an armed guard around it to prevent supporters of Franco from chopping it down. 4 points. A 1986 sculpture by Henry Moore called Large Figure in a Shelter can be found here, and the town is considered a city of peace. Kid?
I'm going to go because I can't get knocked out here, I don't think. But Granada.
Is incorrect.
How many minus?
-4.
I'll settle for that. It's okay.
Yeah. 3 points. This town has a population of just over 16,000 people and is found in the valley of the Oca River in the Biscay region of the Basque Country. It is historically the seat of the Parliament of the Biscay province, although the executive branch is located in nearby Bilbao. Simon?
Pamplona.
Is incorrect, I'm
Oh,
afraid.
lucky,
Minus
sir.
3.
-3, yeah. Had to go for it though.
Yeah, you had to.
2 points. On the 26th of April 1937, due to its industry and its historical significance. Rhodes? Guernica is
I was
correct.
going to go for it, you know, but I
2
didn't.
points.
Oh,
Points,
Rose!
yeah.
You get in there, man. Oh, wow.
Calm head at the right moment there, lad.
I was waiting a bit. Guernica was in the head, but I thought, I'm not.
If I needed to go for that, I would have
Go through it, Aston, for us. Who's in
Okay,
the final?
qualifiers. Steve Kidd with 8, Chris Bean with 5, Mike Lees with 3, and Steve Rose with 2, missing out. Mark Preston with 0, Simon Chilton -5.
Thank you. Great chat. Great chat.
Okay, final round of Q12 number 8. First to 24 points gets through to the annual final in December. If you interrupt incorrectly, you lose a life, lose 3 lives, and you are out. But if the question's finished, you don't lose anything. Okay, the last question, the last answer on the last question in the last quiz was The Force Awakens.
Yes.
If you remember that. Okay, so question 1. The Force Awakens is the 7th film in the Star Wars saga, both in terms of when it was filmed and which part of the story it is. It is a direct sequel to which film? The 3rd filmed, but 6th in the story. Dean?
Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi.
Is it?
Originally written for the ZX Spectrum, which 1984 computer game is the sequel to Manic Miner. Kid?
Donkey Kong.
Nope, nothing away. No one? Nope, it's Jet Set Willy. Running for 8 series between 2001 and 2007, it saw winners being able to go on a part of a round the world trip. Mike?
Winning lines.
Nope, one away.
Oh, shit.
National Lottery Jet Set.
Yeah, National Lottery Jet Set. Yeah.
Why did I not go for that?
That was presented by Eamon Holmes. Although Sherlock Holmes first appeared in the novel A Study in Scarlet, what was the first short story he appeared in? The story introduced the character of Irene Adler and starts with Count Cram speaking to Holmes, who quickly realises that Cram is actually the hereditary king of a newly defunct Central European country. Mike?
Something in Belgravia?
Nope. Bean?
Hand of the Baskervilles?
No. Rhodes?
I took mine on now.
No. Steve at the left. Sam?
Scandal and Bohemia.
Scandal in Bohemia.
That's the one I meant.
Very
to
enough.
bloody
Scandal in Bohemia.
Next question. Involving bribes relating to the leasing of Navy petroleum reserves in California to private companies at low rates without competitive bidding. The Teapot Dome scandal, considered to be the biggest American presidential scandal until Watergate, took place during which person's presidency?
Yeah.
Kid?
Hoover.
Incorrect, nothing away. Mike Lees?
Eisenhower.
No. Bean?
Wilson.
No. Steve?
Coolidge.
No.
Harding.
Harding, Warren G. Harding?
I get the them out here, don't I?
Got guns on
Right.
it.
2 on the bounce.
Yeah.
Formerly just called the North Stand until it was renamed in 1997, the Matthew Harding Stand is a feature of which... Rhodes?
Stamford Bridge.
Stamford Bridge, yeah.
Patrick.
I'd have beaten you to the buzz of them.
2 for Steve Rhodes. Okay, full name required. Killed at the Battle of Stamford Bridge in 1066. What was the name of the Earl of Northumbria who, after being removed from office, sided with the invading forces of Harold Hardrada in order to get his position back? He was the 3rd son of Godwin, Earl of Wessex, and the younger brother of King Harold II.
Yeah.
Nobody?
Tostig.
Tostig Godwinson.
Jesus.
On which day in 1066 was William the Conqueror crowned? Kid?
Christmas Day.
Christmas Day, yeah. 2 for Steve, good. Named after Stephen Christmas, this is the first person described as having the disease. Christmas disease is a blood clotting disorder and the second most common form of which inherited genetic disorder. The most common form is sometimes known as royal disease, due to the number of members of European royal families in the early 20th century who suffered from it. Steve?
Haemophilia.
Haemophilia, yeah.
Good answer.
After inheriting the haemophilia gene from her mother, Queen Victoria, she passed it on to the House of Battenberg due to her marriage with Prince Henry of Battenberg. What is the name of the last of Queen Victoria's children to die, doing so in 1944? She was Victoria's 9th and youngest child, and shares her name with a current 6th in line to the British throne. Steve?
Anne.
Nope. Nothing away. Rhodes?
Alice.
Nope. Mike?
Charlotte.
Nope. Bean?
Beatrice.
Beatrice?
Gotta take them when they come, haven't you?
Right. Which actress played Beatrice in the 1993 film version of Much Ado About Nothing? Other film roles include The Tall Guy, In the Name of the Father, Nanny McPhee, an Oscar-winning role in Howard's End. Mike?
Emma Thompson.
Emma Thompson, yep. Although he won his Nobel Prize for Physics in 1906 for his work on the conduction of gases, the scientist J.J. Thomson is now perhaps best known for discovering what subatomic particle, the first such particle to be discovered. See, kid?
The neutron.
Incorrect. Chris?
Electron.
Electron. Yep.
Yeah.
Just
For subatomic particles, quarks come in 6 different types: up, down, top, bottom, strange, and charm. What is the official word used instead of types to specify that there are 6 different varieties of quarks? Roads?
Flavours.
Flavours. Yep. A dog called Quark is the family pet. Steve Kidd.
well, he's certainly not the barman on Deep Space Nine, so I'll go for the Simpsons. Sorry.
Incorrect. One life away. It's the family pet in this 1989 comedy film. It was the directorial debut of Joe Johnston, and when released became at the time Disney's highest ever grossing live action film. The film features the eccentric inventor Wayne Slazinski, and one of his inventions, Mike,
Must be Flubber.
is incorrect.
Joking.
Have a life away, only one life left for Mike, please. And one of his inventions accidentally causes his children and 2 of their friends to be put in great pain.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Formed from the ranch hands of the murdered businessman John Tunstall. What was the name of the deputised gang which Billy the Kid joined at the start of the Lincoln County War? They were supposed to arrest those responsible for the murder, but under Billy's influence they turned outlaw and killed those they were supposed to arrest. These events are depicted in the 1988 Emilio Estevez film Young Guns. Kid?
The Hole in the Wall guy.
Nope. No, no one.
Sugar Hill.
The Regulators. What pseudonym did the writer of the 1996 novel The Regulators and its mirror novel Desperation use? The pseudonym was last previously used in 1984 when it was officially killed off following the discovery of who the real writer behind the name was. Other books which were written under the pseudonym include The Long Walk, Road Work, Finner and The Running Man. Roads?
Richard Batman.
Yep, Richard Bachman, yep. In one of his few film roles, the actor, wrestler and opera singer, Erland Philip Peter van Lidder de Jude, if a mouthful, played which stalker in the 1987 film version of The Running Man? The character had the ability to shoot electricity at people he was hunting down.
Oh, what's it called?
Live wire.
You got to bust in.
Yeah, live
No,
wire.
not live wire, no.
What's it called?
Nobody?
You know, I'm fishing anyway, so.
No, nobody? Dynamo. Whilst fellow Running Man actor Jesse Ventura was working as a professional wrestler, he used the motto, win if you can, lose if you must, but always do what? Dean?
Cheat.
Cheat, yeah. Okay, what is the name of the method of cheating in roulette, which involves placing a bet after the ball has landed and using another player's chips to hide the ones you've just put down? It shares its name with a type of headgear worn by Big Daddy whilst making his ring entrances. Kid?
Crown.
Incorrect.
Top hat.
A top hat, yeah. Although it is often attributed to being done first by John Henry Anderson, what in 1814 did French performer Louis Comte become the first person to do on stage involving a top hat? Dean?
Pull a rabbit out of
Pulled
it.
a rabbit out of
I think
it.
that's a hat trick as well.
That's it.
Very appropriate. The Virgin with the Rabbit, which can be seen at the Louvre, is a painting by this artist. Thought to be born in Pierre de Cadore in 1488, such was his talent that his contemporaries recognise him as the sun amongst small stars. Dying at the age of 88, he maintained a lifelong interest in colour, although his mature pieces did not contain the vivid, luminous tints of his early pieces. For the last 26 years of his life, he mainly worked for Philip II as a portrait painter, but earlier he had produced a number of memorable mythological and religious pieces, such as Danae with Nursemaid, Venus of Urbino, Diana and Actaeon, and the Assumption of the Virgin. Who is this person? Probably the most important member of the Venetian school, who had the real name Tiziano Vercelli. Kid?
Titian.
Titian, yeah. So currently, Steve Kidd 4 points, Steve Rhodes 8, Mike Lees 2, Chris Bean 16. Ludovico Manin abdicated as the last Doge of Venice when an army led by which person conquered the city? Kid?
Napoleon.
Napoleon, yeah. Sharing his surname with a Formula One world champion, what was the name of the losing French commander at the Napoleonic naval battle of Trafalgar? Rod?
DK.
Nope. Chris?
Prost.
Nope.
Have you finished the question?
Finished question yet? No, nothing away from anyone. Do you want to buzz anyone? Mike?
Villeneuve.
Villeneuve is correct.
Yeah.
Complete, yeah.
Yeah.
Pierre-Charles Villeneuve. Winning the world title in 1961, who was the first American to win the Formula One championship? Rod?
Phil Hill.
Phil Hill, yep. Examples include Mamtor in Derbyshire, Turo de la Mamela in Spain, Dumamels in Senegal, Tres Tetas in Mexico, the Twin Peaks near San Francisco, and the Mumbles in Wales. Round in shape and taking their name from their supposed resemblance to a part of the body, what name is given to hills which in some places of the world are revered as the attributes of the Mother Goddess?
Breast.
Breast-shaped hills is correct. Yeah.
I've heard of that.
Right, 18 points to Chris. He says that makes him 3 questions away.
Yeah.
Her real name was Eve Valois, and she died at the age of 37 in 2000. Chris?
Lolo Ferrari.
Lolo Ferrari is correct.
I know them so well.
In 2008, a 1961 Ferrari 250 California Spider, once owned by James Coburn, was sold at auction for £5.5 million, making it the most expensive car ever sold at auction. Which DJ, television presenter and car fanatic bought it for that price? Rhodes?
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans, yeah.
John.
Steve's up to 12. The actor Chris Evans is now best known for playing Captain America. However, early in his career, in 2 films he played which other superhero and member of the Fantastic Four?
Human Torch.
Human Torch or, yeah, Johnny Storm. This painting was first owned by the art critic John Ruskin, who stated that if he was reduced to rest Turner's immortality on any single work, it would be this one. Steve?
I've got to go for the Fighting Temeraire.
Nope.
You know, in so far in front of.
Yes, he's on.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah. First exhibited in 1840, it is now in the Boston Museum of Fine Arts and is seen as a classic example of romantic maritime painting. The painting depicts a tumultuous sea with a storm on the way. Inspired by an incident where the captain of the ship the Zong ordered 133 people to be thrown overboard so insurance payments could be collected, what is the name of this painting by Turner, which was intended to be displayed as an abolitionist expedition and is named after a very specific form of transport? Mike?
Fine, Temeraire.
Nope, still not that.
Pronounce it slightly.
Go on.
differently.
You know what? It's the slave ship.
Alright.
Yeah.
Precise answer required here. Taking place between 135 and 132 BC, it took place on Sicily and was led by the self-proclaimed prophet and conjurer Eunice and his military commander Cleon. It involved 70,000 slaves rising up against Rome, winning a few minor battles before being utterly defeated by the armies of the Roman Republic. What name is given to this uprising? 2 similar ones followed in the next 60 years, the last of which was led by Spartacus. Steve?
There's something uprising.
No, nothing away. Anyone else?
No,
That's the First Servile War.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
In which town on the eastern coast of Sicily, the 4th largest by population on the island, could you find the Byzantine church of the St. Basilica of St. Lucy, which by tradition is built on the location of her martyrdom? It was captured unopposed on the first day of Operation Husky in 1943, and afterwards served as a port for the Royal Navy during the Allied invasion of Rud?
Syracuse.
Yep, Syracuse, yep. The Rodgers and Hart musical, The Boys from Syracuse, is based on which of Shakespeare's plays? See, kid?
2 Gentlemen of Verona.
Is incorrect. Spin?
that's what I was going to go for. Second up.
No, nothing away. Mike?
Merchant of Venice.
No. Rud?
They've been learning shit.
Winter's Tale.
No.
I should know this.
Yeah. Comedy of Errors.
That's the one that I should know.
It's in Syracuse, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in Syracuse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Examples include All's Well That Ends Well, Troilus and Cressida, Measure for Measure, and The Merchant of Venice. What term is used to describe Shakespeare plays which are characterised by their complex and ambiguous tones and shift violently between dark psychological drama and straightforward comedy? As a result, scholars have known to have difficulties whether to label them as comedies or tragedies. Dean?
Farce.
Nope. Kid?
Crap it is.
No. Mike?
Tragedies.
No. No. They're listed as problem players.
Yeah, I've seen that, yeah.
Ariana Grande. No, sorry.
Problem Ariana Grande.
Yeah. The next question was about her, but I'll have to skip that one. Ariana Grande first found fame playing the character Cat Valentine on 3 different Nickelodeon comedy shows. Second and third shows to feature the character were iCarly and Sam and Cat. What was the name of the first show to feature Ariana Grande playing this character? Set in the performing arts school Holly Arts High, it also featured young singers such as Elizabeth Gillies and Victoria Justice. The show has a similar name to Miss Justice's first name. Oh, Mike Lee's be all over that.
I don't do new Disney, I don't do new.
Like something in the night.
Old Disney.
He doesn't keep texting his back.
So, Victorious, what it's called. Victorious in the 1980 and 82 Britain's Strongest Man competition. What is the name of his discus thrower, who is now... Dean?
Jeff Capes.
It's incorrect. One away.
It was good, that
Rhodes?
Jamie Reeves.
No. One away from it. Yeah. Steve? What was the name of his discus thrower, who is now probably best known for his appearance at the 1984 Olympics, where he carried his distraught wife Mary Decker from the track? Steve Kidd?
Slaney.
Richard Slaney is correct. Yeah.
Well done.
Since its introduction in 1992, the World Wife Carrying Championships has taken place each... Steve Rhodes?
Finland.
In Finland, yeah.
Yeah, it did.
Not risky.
Ricky Tomlinson and Sue Johnson played a married couple in the royal family. In the 1980s, they also played a married couple on which TV show? Rhodes?
Brookside.
Brookside, yeah.
Should have pressed
It's back in 18
I didn't know what they were going to
points.
ask though, that's right.
I was trying to think of another comedy like an idiot.
Mike Lees is on 6 with 1 life left. Kid 8 with 1 life left. Rhodes 18 with 2 lives left. Chris 20 with 2 lives left.
Reset.
Yeah, reset.
Chris got over the line, it's like what I used to do.
Right, the Courtroom, Hollyoaks, Grange Hill and Brookside were all shows...
Oh no!
Steve Rhodes?
Phil Redmond.
Phil Redmond, yeah. He's levelled.
Yeah.
Ah, so Newton.
Yeah. In 1958, in a courtroom at Glasgow High Court, who conducted his own trial defence, earning praise from the Judge Lord Cameron, saying that his skill was quite remarkable. Despite this, he was found guilty of 7 murders and became the 3rd last person to be hanged in Scotland. Who was this American-born Scottish serial killer, thought to have killed at least 9 people, but possibly many more, who was known as the Beast of Birkenshaw? Mike?
Ed Gein.
Nope. Steve Kidd?
Tony Walmsley.
No. Anyone else? No. Peter Manuel.
Right.
Yeah.
The historic district of this location in the county of Essex has the largest collection of 17th and 18th century American domestic furniture in the world. In 2005, it was proposed that a statue of the actress Elizabeth Montgomery will be built here, and in 2013, Barack Obama declared it as the official birthplace of the National Guard. Tourist attractions to be found here include Jonathan Corwin's house, the Peabody Museum, Gallows Hill, and the House of Seven Gables, and it's the birthplace of the writer Nathaniel Hawthorne. What is the name of this city in Massachusetts? The setting of the play The Crucible. Chris Payne
Boston.
is 1 away, 1 life away. Kid?
Sailor.
Salem. Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Which trails
Knew where I was going with McP.
Yeah, it's in Essex County, Massachusetts, Salem.
I'm thinking Chelmsford.
I was thinking of the 6
Billericay.
Yeah, I was.
Reasonable question.
Introduced in 1968. Oh, sorry, reset. Introduced in 1968, its first winner was Nicholas Varopoulos. The Salem Prize is a prestigious award in what area? Several other winners, such as Curtis T. McMullen, Terence Tao, and Stanislav Smirnov, have gone on to win the Fields Medal. Mike.
Maths.
Maths, yeah.
I've still got a chance.
Yeah, it's a long way back, but it's still doable. In 1956, Gracie Fields became the first actress to play Miss Marple. She did this in an American television production of which of Agatha Christie's novels? The story starts in the English village of Chipping Cleghorn and sees the owner of Little Paddocks, Letitia Blakelock, surprised to see a newspaper advert saying that a killing will take place at her home on the 29th of October at 6:30 p.m. Steve Kidd?
Madam Vicarage.
Nope. Mike Lees?
Get your hands
I
on.
was going to go for it.
At ease.
Murders in there.
Murder is announced. Yep.
At ease, soldier.
Next one. Written by Agatha Christie, the play The Mouse Trap has been staged at St Martin's Theatre on West Street since 1974. But in which theatre owned by Sir Steve Kidd?
Windmill.
No, Steve Kidd eliminated.
There you go.
Yeah, again.
Watching on TV. Don't look at me now. Enjoy the Schadenfreude of Mike Lees. Just look at that lovely, pretty little
New
thing.
ways to do this.
But in which theatre owned by Sir Stephen Worley Cohen, the father of Jacko Worley Cohen, the Christian editor on Only Connect, which is next door to St Martin's, did it start its record-breaking run? Since 2007, the show Stomp has been staged here. Dean?
Bloomsbury?
No, nothing away. Mike?
Dolphin?
No. So the Ambassadors. The only person to achieve the unfortunate feat of finishing runner-up in the final of Mastermind Only Connect and Brain of Britain. Dean?
Oh no, it's not you, is it? Michael McPartland?
No.
No.
This Bean is eliminated.
Oh my god!
Right, bless her.
You're eliminated.
Rhodes.
You've done worse than me.
Stay.
No, not Stainer, no.
Oh my God!
Maybe it will be last man standing.
Yeah, be careful.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who, between 2000 and 2003, was the UK's ambassador to Azerbaijan?
Oh, I know now.
Oh, right.
Was in then? You haven't done it?
I've answered, haven't I?
Oh yeah, yeah. Mike?
Olaf? John?
No, nothing away.
Andy Tucker.
Andy Tucker, yeah.
Right, is it?
Seriously, I'm back to that like Joe.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that genuine title?
Yeah.
Andy Tucker. Oh, come on.
Oh, I'm worried, man.
Yeah,
Seriously, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
That's,
yeah.
Average item.
I'm asking over here a lot of these questions.
Azerbaijan.
Found in the South Caucasus, what is the region of Azerbaijan, which has an Armenian ethnic majority and is the disputed de facto independent country only recognised by Armenia? Question over. Mike?
Transnistria.
Nope. Steve?
Nagorno-Karabakh.
Nagorno-Karabakh, yeah.
But yeah, one answer.
22, one away.
Oh,
Be
no.
very, very careful.
It's all over it.
This is 23.
With 31 countries in total, which full UN member country is not recognised by the most other UN countries? Rhodes?
Kosovo.
Nope. Nothing away. Mike?
Vatican.
Nope. It's Israel.
Oh, yeah, makes sense.
Israel DAG currently has over 60 international caps for which countries? Steve Rhodes.
New Zealand.
New Zealand for
Oh!
Never
Fantastic. Well played, guys. Hey, I've been down that road before. It hurts. Great set, Mike. Thanks, Ashton. Brilliant. So, you'll be going up the river along with...
Dag was a New Zealand would be Unipa because you could ask for a rugby.
It's like in Police Squad, when they say who's been locked up in the previous episodes. Well, you'll be going to the Q12 final along with Mac Laycock, Dave Bill, Clive Dunning,
me.
Mike McPartland,
Tony Walmsley, Ashton
Davis, Tony
Gary Grant,
Walmsley,
Gary
and
Grant.
Gary Grant. So that is just an awesome performance, mate.
If Mr. Grant turns up for the...
So I don't know if you watch these films, but if you've been watching the Lightspeed quizzes, which were made on the same day as this, but they'll be appearing during the next month or so, just watch. I mean, he's been keeping his powder dry during the Lightspeed quizzes. He was crap at the moment. You were brilliant, mate. Well done. It's just such a good win for you, mate. So pleased. How about